Hello everyone and welcome back to Mariana Mass Books. My name is Mariana and today I am here with another tarot tag. Today I am going to be doing the hashtag Good Mood Decks, which is a VR to marine at the waves of your soul. When I saw this tag, I immediately knew I wanted to film it because I love Marine's channel, but I did have to think a bit for the decks that I wanted to show you because a couple of decks came to mind straight away, but then after that I was messaging Marine and I told her, or I commented her on her video, I don't remember, but I told her, I can't think of decks I own that make me happy without first making me cry. And of course, I think I didn't explain, but the title is pretty self-explanatory. This is all about good mood decks, meaning decks that put us in a good mood or decks that make us happy. And as I said, I kept thinking of decks I have that make me happy after first making me cry. Like I have a good reading with them, like a good, they tell me things I needed to hear, I cry, and then I feel happier or more at peace. I realized that I don't own decks that are just good mood, just like period, good mood decks. I love the way Marine talks about how tarot doesn't have to be super serious and it can also be fun. And I agree with that, but I realized that I don't let myself spend money on decks that are purely joyous or fun, and it was an interesting thing to think about, and it made me think, and now I'm thinking what that says about me, and that I kind of want to buy myself a deck that is just pure joy just because, to kind of break that pattern. So that's why it was hard at first, but I did come up with several. Once I gave it a thought, I was like, okay, yeah, I can do this tag. So I'm going to flip the camera around and show you the decks, and I'll tell you why I chose each one. Okay, so I am going to start with the decks that are actually good mood decks that I think that generally best fit the description. So the first one that came to mind is my Wise Dog Tarot, which I keep in this little crocheted pouch that my mom crocheted for me, which, I mean, the pouch in itself is a good mood pouch. I think this is my favorite deck, period. Just in general, this is my favorite tarot deck. I use it for anything. I use it for everyone. I love the images of the deck. I love the book. I love the interpretations. I love the way it is written. It is a very tiny book, but it is a great book nonetheless. And it is a crowd pleaser, and I can use it for literally anything. And as you can see, I mean, the title in itself, you can just it's a Wise Dog Tarot, so it's a tarot full of dogs, and the name is fitting. The dogs are very wise. They give great advice. They are great for practical advice. They are great for more profound life advice. I can go to my doggies for anything, and my doggies make me happy. They just yeah, so I mean, I don't think it requires an explanation. It's pretty clear that this is very much a good mood deck. Oh, see, if you can hear, I think you can hear my neighbor's dogs. Very appropriate for this tarot. And also this deck just, it makes me happy because it's my favorite in terms of size and the way it feels in my hands. The size is perfect. It's just a little bit bigger than, just a tiny bit bigger than the Centennial, and the cardstock feels so good in my hands. This deck just feels good. Oh, and see the backs. The backs have little bones. I mean, how can it not be a good mood deck? Yeah, it's a great deck. It's a great deck. Oh, and it also smells it has a great taro smell. The next one is my Smoke, Ash and Embers taro, which I keep in this little pouch. I absolutely adored the box it came in. It came in a talk box, and you know, talk boxes are my favorite form of packaging, and also the printing quality of the talk box was outstanding. It was letterpress, it was just a design gasm, but it kept opening, so I put it in this pouch, and I had the backs of the cards printed in the pouch so I could keep it here. And this one put me in a good mood ever since I first received it. Since it came in the mail, it came beautifully packaged. Just as a graphic designer, it made me happy and it put me in a good mood to see how gorgeously packaged it came. But also it came with little notes, see, I saved, this is how crazy I am, I saved a piece of the talk box just because, look, I don't know if you can see, but the quality of the letterpress, you can maybe see the texture of the printing, and so I had to keep a part of the box to see the quality, but also here are the credits and the creators and everything. So I just needed to keep this. And also it came with a certificate of authenticity, look, and the little stamp and everything, and it has a little star. Just, it has so many details that made me happy. But the best part was that it came with a letter that was written from the dragons. And I actually saved that letter to put it in my altar, but it was so special that I saved it in a very special place so I wouldn't lose it. And now I can't find it because I saved it so well that I don't remember where I put it, and I wish I remembered it because I could show it to you guys. But it was written from the dragons, so it was sort of like, oh, we are happy to be in our new home, and etc. And it was full of what's it called, the spelling, like bad spelling, and because it was the dragons writing, and it just, oh, that just put me in a good mood ever since it got here. As you can see, here are the backs of the cards, and this is the design that I had printed in the pouch. It's just a deck full of dragons, and what's not to like about a deck full of dragons? So it just puts me in a good mood. It makes me happy. I mean, look at the water dragons from the cop suit are adorable. There's a little doggy here. I mean, it's just an adorable deck, and it's impossible not to be in a good mood when you are using it. I actually haven't read a ton with this deck because I don't know, it doesn't I want to keep trying, but at the moment it doesn't really read well for me. But it doesn't matter, I'm never going to get rid of it because it brings me so much joy just to have it, and as a design object, the quality and the design is impeccable. So as a graphic designer, that also makes me really happy. But yeah, so I haven't been able to read with it. I am going to keep trying because I love it so much that I do want to read with it. But I don't care, it just makes me happy nonetheless. The next one is the Marshmallow Marseille, which I keep in this little embroidered pouch that matches the deck perfectly. And this one is just this one makes me happy because it's so adorable. It's tiny, as you can see. Look, it's a tiny deck. It's just a super tiny little cute Marseille deck. So the size in itself, it's adorable and it puts me in a good mood. The bags, look, the bags are holographic. So they are this pastel blue with holographic design on top of it. And then if you see the cards, they are kind of like in this doodly style that is super adorable. Look at the faces of the characters, and yeah, so it It puts me in a good mood because it's so tiny and cute and adorable. And as you can see with the purple and the green, it just the bag matches perfectly, and I'm so happy I found it. So yeah, this one makes me happy just because look, it's adorable. The doodles, the colors, the pastel, the tiny size, it just feels great in my hand. So it makes me happy. The next two decks I'm going to show you are two decks that make me happy after first having made me cry. And the first one is the John Bauer Tarot, which I keep in this pouch. And if you saw my deck mod video, then you know that inside the pouch I keep it in its stock box because stock boxes are my favorite form of packaging. And this deck makes me happy. If I flip through it, it's a good mood and it makes me happy. This is very much my vibe, like fairies, fantasy, this like brown energy is my vibe. I don't know if that makes sense, but brown energy is it's my vibe 100%. And you can see it's full of adorable characters like this troll. So it makes me happy if I flip through it, but if I read with it, it first makes me cry and then it makes me happy. This is my most profound deck. Like this deck, if you think of shadow work, or if you think of like inner child work, but that is so profound, that is really shadow work. If you think about that type of work with a deck that's super profound, that it makes you cry and then it heals you and then you're happier and lighter, but before you were super heavy and you did a reading and then it helped you cried and then you're happy, that is that deck for me. And yeah, as I said, if I flip through it, it puts me in a good mood because it's full of adorable characters. And it just I love the fae energy, the fantasy energy, the fantasy vibe, the fairy tale vibe. But this is my favorite. This is my favorite card of the deck, the strength card. So see, this puts me in a good mood if I'm just looking at it, but if I'm reading with it, it will first make me cry. So another deck that makes me happy when I flip through it, but that when I read with it, it makes me cry. This one is actually an oracle deck, and it is the Into the Lonely Woods Oracle. You guys, this oracle is my favorite oracle of all oracles. Like the other day I was messaging with Krista from Adventures in Metaphysics, and she was saying how she develops connections to her tarot decks, but not necessarily the oracles. And I was saying that I'm the same way, except with this one. This is the only oracle I am connected to, that I develop a relationship to in the same way that I do with my tarot decks. Like this oracle just is everything to me, everything in the life, everything. But I can't say it is just a purely good mood deck because it will make me cry. Like it will make me cry, it will make me connect with deep wounds and when I'm feeling lonely, and I have an illness, and having an illness is something that can make you feel very lonely sometimes. And so this deck puts me in that mindset, and so it's impossible that it doesn't make me cry. I mean, it does, but it's so gorgeous. Oh, the backs of the cards make me happy, super happy. Like if you are going for good mood, just makes you happy. I mean, look at these backs. This is another deck that has brown energy. You know how I was saying brown energy is my vibe? Like this is another deck that has like brown energy. and it smells, it has this amazing deck smell, and if you flip through it, it will make you happy because it's full of these adorable monsters. Like, look, please, oh my gosh, like, how can you not be in a good mood? Like, look at these monsters, come on. I mean, it's impossible not to be in a good mood, or I mean, not to be happy when you're flipping through it. But of course, you it will make you cry. I mean, look at this one. I mean, it's adorable, but look, the sadness of letting go. I mean, it goes deep, this deck. It goes deep. Oh my gosh, you know that I can't do things with my hands because I have neurological issues, so I can't show you each card as I would like to, because I mean, look, beautiful. But you get the idea. I mean, it's adorable. If I flip through it, it will make me happy, but it will also make me cry. So look. Oh my gosh. The truth comes softly. Oh my god, yeah. So this is my absolute favorite oracle. And but yeah, as I said, it's not purely a good mood deck, but it makes me happy if I flip through it, and of course the backs make me super happy. I've been thinking about edging this deck, but I don't know if I want to edge it black or brown. So black or brown, and I don't know, so that's why I haven't edged it, but I do want to, because it has a perfect cardstock for edging, and it will make me super happy to edge this deck. The last deck that I want to show you is a deck that I haven't even opened yet, but I'm going to tell you why this is a good mood deck. So this is the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle. This deck I bought months ago, and when I say months, I mean months ago, and I haven't opened it yet because I bought it to open it on November and pull out one card a day all the way through December. December is my birthday month, and it is my favorite month. The months coming up to December, like end of October, all of November and December, is my favorite time of the year. And I always give myself a present for my birthday, which is in December. And you may think, Mariana, it's absolutely crazy bonkers that you bought yourself your birthday present like a year before your birthday. But I'm going to explain to you why I do this. So as I mentioned previously, I have a chronic illness, right? Or a lifelong illness. One of those that doesn't have a cure, that you are all the time in the hospital, doctors, etc. And it's rough. It's a rough thing to have one of those types of illnesses, right? And so oftentimes people ask me, like, oh Mariana, like people who don't have illnesses or whatever, they ask me, oh, how can you quote unquote stay positive? I'm not going to go into why I hate that phrase, but you know what I mean. Like, how do you stay positive? How do you keep wanting to wake up when you have something so horrible? Which is like, wow, thank you for that question, but people do ask that question. And I always say that it's important to have things to look forward to. If you have things that you look forward to, then you keep wanting to wake up even though your life is so horrible. Thank you so much for that question. And when I say something to look forward to, sure, yes, it can be like a dream or like a life purpose or like big things like that. But it can also just mean, you know, the release date of the new season of your favorite show, or the premiere for a movie that you really want to watch, or you order the deck and it's coming, or you enroll yourself to a tarot workshop and you see the date in your calendar, and that's something to look forward to. And in the same way, so my birthday gift is something I have to look forward to. So this I keep in my altar, underneath where I keep all of my decks. And every time I see this closed box, it makes me excited. And in my calendar, I marked the date in November for when when I'm going to open this deck. And so the way I plan to use it is not like shuffling randomly, but I'm going almost as like an advent calendar type, where starting in November I'm going to pull one card a day in order until the end of December. And it makes me very happy to look forward to that, which is why I bought it and I keep it. And I actually bought a cloth for my altar, which that one was a coincidence. It wasn't a plan, but I came across it and I thought, oh my gosh, that would pair beautifully with the Yule oracle. And so that is why this is a good mood deck, and that is why I haven't opened it, and why it will remain in its plastic until November, even though it seems absolutely crazy bonkers. But that is why this is my last good mood deck that makes me happy every time I see it. So these are all my hashtag good mood decks. Thank you so much to Marine for creating the tag. I hope you enjoyed my video. Obviously, all of my decks make me happy. Like, all of the decks I have make me happy. But, you know, these are like the specific good mood decks vibe. And, of course, I will see you soon-ish, whenever, with another, either a bookish video or another tarot tag. So, yeah. Thank you so much for coming by the channel. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you soon somewhere in the internet, Instagram, YouTube, you know, wherever. See you later.